On my mind, I can't lie. On my mind, I can't lie. Pour you down till you dry. Pour you down till you dry. All the time, ease my mind. All the time, ease my mind. I know that you're dangerous, I'm addicted to you. I might rent the Lambo and go drive it like it's stolen. I've been living wild, I'm just going through the motions. Stumbling out the Uber, grab my hand, gave me the notion. Swimming in your water, but it feels just like the ocean. I can't lie, I've really been addicted to you. All of my attention I've been giving to you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. On my mind, I can't lie. On my mind, I can't lie. Pour you down till you dry. Pour you down till you dry. All the time, ease my mind. All the time, ease my mind. I know that you're dangerous, I'm addicted to you. I was sipping Moet for 2 years straight to the face. Champagne belly bubble still won't go away. Last year my best man hit a stain with bad face. Now he's got a L behind the water's cold case. I wake up with pain sometime and never go away. Wonder why I balance.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of This, That, and the Third. This is your boy Hook. I'm here with the homie Shannon. Shannon, what's good with you?
Oh, ain't nothing. Everything's love. Everything's love, peace, happiness. This gonna be a good conversation.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a month of Sundays since we last got together, right?
Oh my God, where have you been?
Around here and there.
you
Cheer had
know,
me on the go, so you know how that goes.
it was tax season. Just had to work. Just
Right,
had to work, a little stressed out, but
a little bit.
yeah, just
Work
a little
hard, play
bit.
hard.
hmm
All
Oh,
right,
play
so
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 hard.
all right. So today
Play
we're
so
going to be
hard.
diving into a conversation that's pretty much everywhere right now. It's the growing divide between black men and black women. If you scroll social media, you'll see debates about respect, expectations, dating, and who's responsible for the state of relationships today. But the real question is, how did we get here? In this episode, we're breaking down the history, the tension, and the perspectives on both sides to see if this divide is as deep as it seems and what it might take to bridge it. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Now, before we get started, Shannon, I did want to ask you if you had to point to one thing that's contributed to the most tension between black men and black women, what would it be, in your opinion?
Oh, I have so much, but if I had to pick just one thing, I would say the lack of respect. Period.
Is that on
Um,
both sides or is that one
on
side?
both sides, on both
Mm.
sides, somewhere along the line, we lost just the simpleness of respecting each other. And having a unified definition of what that means. Because respect is can be different. People describe it differently, but just having like a baseline meaning of respect for our society and making sure we're all practicing that as we deal with each other. I think if we go back to something like that, we could heal a lot of the issues that are plaguing us today.
Indeed, and that's very interesting, and
Mhm.
I certainly get it, and I really want to hear what our guests have to say also. So at this time, we will go
Oh, they
ahead
agree with
and
me. They agree with me. You
here
know
we
it.
here we go, here we
Yeah.
go. All right, so well, we about to find out though, so we're gonna go ahead and give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. So go ahead and introduce yourselves, and Tony, go ahead. We'll start with you.
Okay, my name is Tony. I guess I've been in Colombia for about good 26 years. Not from here, but I guess I consider this home now. I'm a bank manager for the last about 18, 19 years, been in the finance sector about the last 25 years. And I got a couple of businesses. We got entertainment business. We got an event coming up on July 25th. I am Leo. We do it every year. So look us up, the All White Party. And a couple of the side things to do on the side as well.
All right, good deal. All right, and Angel, go ahead.
Angel currently reside in the Columbia area. I work in finance, also for a bank, remotely. And in my free time, I study nutrition, and I like helping people put together like a supplement plan, meal plans, just to try to help people get a little bit healthier and look better,
All
feel better.
right. All right, good deal. All right. Shay, what you got, brother?
Peace, everybody. Love, light, peace, joy, and abundance to everybody. My name is Shay Harley, aka Ra. I'm from many places. I'm a military brat, but I claim Baltimore, Maryland, and Columbia, South Carolina as home. But currently, right now, I live in Atlanta. I own a media and IT company called H2O Media and IT Services. So I work on a lot of contracting. I do a lot of traveling, and it's a blessing to run my business full time now. I have a book out there. My first book is called Beyond the Single Economy. It's by my pen name, Ra Ethereum. It's basically a prequel of one of 7 books that's going to be talking about the way of having a parallel economy and what we should build to into a grander, bigger picture that kind of adds to what we have to do in society to make life better.
All right, good deal. Hey, glad to have you back, Shay.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
All right. All right, Tasha.
Hi, I'm Tarsha Nicole. I am I was born in Baltimore, but South Carolina is home. Was raised in Manning. What I do for a living, I work remote for United Healthcare, and I am in like portfolio management, project management. Prior to that, I was in the military, so I'm an Army veteran, served in Iraq.
Hoorah.
So service connected and all that great stuff. I am about the community, so I love supporting our community, our Black community, our women. I love just supporting business in general. So you might see me out and about socializing. Other than that, I'm just happy to be here and contribute to the conversation. I love good conversation, a good conversation, especially with Tony.
Ah,
Tony the antagonist,
Tony.
right?
The
Yes.
antagonist.
That's his new
Gotta
name.
with you, Tony.
That's his new name, Tony the Antagonist.
Right. All right. And last but
We
not
embrace them
least,
all.
Socorro.
Hi, I'm Socorro. I am from Lexington. Sorry, I look real crazy right now tonight.
Girl,
Do not
stop.
hold this against me.
Good,
Don't
girl.
hold it
Girl,
against
stop. Girl, stop.
I literally just got off the road. But I work in the political space, doing operations and organizing. So, any candidates, plenty of candidates, some of y'all may know, but I will never tell you who I work for. But I gotta keep
Tell us who
my
you used to
my
work for.
anonymity.
Tell you who you
G
used to work for.
G14 classified.
All right,
Yeah,
Scandal.
no,
Yeah,
B613.
right.
Yeah, I used to work. My first campaign was Obama for America. I was 17 years old, so I've been doing it since I was 17. I'm 35.
Mm.
So, yeah, helped get the first African American mayor of Columbia, South Carolina, Steve Benjamin, elected. Worked for Biden. Worked for Vice President Harris. So, yeah, I've pretty much done a lot, and I've lived
Come
in
through
DC
resume.
for a little bit. So shout out to all the people from the DMV area. I do miss it, and I would move back. So
VA, Virginia Beach, hometown.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
But thank y'all
She's
for having me.
Baltimore.
she's an Eagles fan, but we ain't gonna hold that
What you know
against her.
about down the
Oh,
No,
hill?
no,
my
no,
heart,
no. I
baby.
just
I'm
want
Team
to. I just want to
everything.
talk about all these beautiful, successful women on here who are great in their own right. No shade to the men, but
Right.
I just want to hype up my girls. I'm hyping up my
Thank you.
girls.
You should, as you
Okay.
should, as you
Yes.
should. No, but we do appreciate you guys for coming on. This is going to be a very great conversation, I'm sure. So without further ado, man, we'll go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna just throw a question out there, and please feel free to get in whatever you fit in. But the first thing I want to ask is, are we truly witnessing a real divide between Black men and Black women, or is the conflict mostly amplified by the internet?
I think two things can be true at the same time.
Right.
There is a divide, but I think that is definitely blown out of proportion by the internet. You know, they want us to look a certain way, and
Mhm.
we're helping to prove them right.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's sensationalized across media. Like that is like headlines. That's the drama people want to, the tea, as they would say, clock that tea. That's what they want to tune into, and that's where it becomes like this is our culture. Do you want to tap into somebody's like a dysfunction? What are you doing about it? Like, how are you showing up in your community? I don't want to be a part of the problem. I want to be a part of the solution. So I generally don't cater or tap into those types of media outlets that's what they're all about, is the drama. Because then what is that saying about you? For me, that's just my perspective.
Yeah, it's definitely social media because even that, what's that For You page where you see everybody but your friends on, right? All you see are like, well, especially I'm gonna just say the Klay Thompson and Megan thing, because that had us blowing up last week. But every single post I saw was about the same thing. So you
Yeah.
definitely see how social media is pushing those narratives out. And the more you saw it, every time I logged into Facebook, I saw it. So then I would respond about it, right? So I got sucked into the whole thing
Right.
as well, because
yeah,
it definitely will suck you in and get you in there. And you're like, you know what? That is right. These Negroes suck, right?
Oh no.
I don't.
We
Yeah.
can't generalize. We can't generalize them.
You
No.
can't
I think
generalize them, but I'm just saying from the fact that I was seeing it so much,
Yeah.
you did. You got wrapped up
You
in the
get wrapped up in this.
conversation.
And see, I hate double standard because people love to
Mm.
call her a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a single young female and rich. She can date whoever she wants to date.
Right.
That doesn't mean that she's out there giving it out. She can date whoever she wants to date, but at the same time, with men having extensive date records,
How
it's like
long? How
they,
long?
you know,
Cuz how long?
it's
This
a
long or
high,
this long? Or
yeah,
this long?
that
Or this
price
long?
tag. You know what I'm
How
saying?
but I
long,
think it's
cuz?
I hate the double standard.
but I
That's,
think it's human. I think it's human nature.
but it's a
We've
double
been
standard.
well. That's two things. I think the reason why all the things we hear are negative because humans, this is what we watch. Remember this, the media, the social media and everything is only going to put out what they get ratings and get
Yeah.
viewership on. So if we don't like this stuff, we have to turn it off and
Yeah.
not respond to it, not watch it. And then and then the good things are happening and the positive stuff, we start
Promote
watching
that.
that, keep that TV on, they'll
Mm-hmm.
start showing that stuff. But go back to the double standard. It's like this. This is the double standard. Right. Men can do some things and get away with it that women can't. Women can do some things and get away with that man can't. And then what happens is if we say, if a man say 50-50, but that keeps it equal. No double standard. A woman has to do exactly for a man that a man got to do it for a woman and will be equal. But we can't ask for equality and then say we're mad about certain double standards because women benefit sometimes on double standard, men benefit. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. Hey, as long as I get my things I benefit, I got to be okay with the things that I don't. So every blessing, there's a sacrifice or a consequence that you have to go with.
Okay, Tony, I need an
Did you
example.
say equality?
I need an example, Tony. What double standard do women benefit
Let's say again, with double standard.
do
Okay,
that
watch this.
from?
I'll give you a prime example. If we're together, you and me dating, and I come home whining about my job, complaining about everything. I don't know what to do. I need you to help me out. Or you say something to me, hurt my feelings. Now I'm on top of you and everything. You'll tell me to stop acting like a what?
Bitch.
Right. Now,
I'm gonna give you a
if I
pacifier.
act like listen to me, let me walk through it. If I act like a woman, if I act like a woman and put that on you, you're not gonna like that because you're saying I'm a man and I need to stay in that. Flip it around. If you act like a man and everything and you want to be dominant man, I'm not gonna like that either. But there's certain things I have to open the door for you. If I don't open the door for you, I'm not a gentleman. If you don't open the door for me, we're not going to say nothing because that's a double standard. It benefits you. That's why we don't say nothing. So, like, say example, you got double standards that benefit you. I got double standards that benefit me. We call it fairness. We don't call it equality. We call it fairness.
Okay.
So,
Can I say this? I think your examples may be a little skewed, and the reason why I say that is just simply because of the fact that chivalry, the
Right.
idea of chivalry
Mhm.
in itself, is an ideology that was
a double standard.
okay. No. It's not a double standard, but there's a reason why those things do matter. And it has to also do with the fact that, I mean, in society, as early or as late as 1970, women couldn't do for themselves, couldn't get a
Right.
credit card, a house, or anything in their name.
And vote.
And we were dependent on you, but we now have opportunity to create so like when people be like, oh, like your grandma stayed with your granddaddy for like 50 years, like why can't we go back to that? Well, no, granddaddy was beating her ass and he was cheating on her and had 3 other kids outside of her, but
Right.
grandma couldn't do nothing for herself because grandma had 4 kids at the house, and she was also a midwife who basically is a daughter of a sharecropper, and she really couldn't go nowhere. So like when we talking about societal ideologies here, like put into context that socioeconomic standpoints that Black women, and specifically women in general, were in no more than 40 years ago, 40, almost 50 years ago. I mean, when we
Right.
talk
Right
about
around the corner within your
men-
lifetime.
when we
No,
even
I
talk
agree with you.
about when we even
I
talk
agree with you.
about equality versus equity, I mean, equity and equality, like people always, I think, sometimes get the two definitions mixed up. Equality and equity are like things that people are looking for. And when we say we want equality, equity has to precede equality for equality to even exist. So we don't even have equity. We aren't even on the same playing field as far as men in society right now. So for y'all to be upset about chivalry and for us to have a sense of independence, and then like you not want to do the small little things. Like
But
I'm not
can I
asking you.
respond to that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. Okay. You what you just said, no man on this panel was complaining about it. All we say, we're talking about double standards. And when I say double standards, like say that this is what happens. You go into the spiel of what women been through the last 7 years, see another man, we don't disagree with it. You've been through that. You got the right to vote and everything. Well, also back then and everything, women got government assistance and everything that men couldn't get and everything, and then men had to kick men out the house to even get the assistance.
But
that's
that
not
wasn't.
fair.
But
Let
you
me-
also
let me-
have
That
to
was
let
a
me-
government.
hold
That
on,
was
wait,
also
let
a
me-
plot
But let me,
against
it's a
our
plot. There you
community.
go.
So
It's a
before you
plot. So
finish,
just let me finish it quick. So that's a game that we all can play, that men can sit here and say, well, this wasn't fair because we gave women this and we didn't give men this. And flip front, women complain and say, we didn't have this that men have. That's the double standard. There are some things that women got benefits and they didn't complain and they accepted it and took it. Men got benefits, they don't complain, they accept it and take it. Some men do complain about things they got to do that they don't want to do anymore. Women complain about things they don't want to do anymore. So when you look at it, we all complain about something and we all benefit from something. That's fairness. That's called a double standard.
Nobody's saying you're
How's
wrong. in that
fairness and a
sense,
double
but it's-
and a double standard? How's fairness
no.
and a double
I-
standard?
Hold
Because
up. Hey, Shay.
life is about
Hey,
double standards.
hey, Shay, you want to get in on this?
Oh yeah, definitely. To go back to your original question, I like Angel said, I do agree. See, I do agree with sisters. You know, y'all think we don't agree with y'all, but boom, we got you. You can prove that wrong. But anyway, no. But two things, yes, can
So
be
glad you
true.
agree.
And so I think it's also the algorithm. Like since I'm in tech and I understand technology and social media and how to work it in this dynamics, is that the algorithm is just focused on, I feel like if there's a wizard behind the curtain, negativity is all the way up. And so the algorithm just got everybody soaked up watching something negative. It is like it's like on purpose. And so, especially with me being in tech, you got the implementation of AI and all this other stuff. This is the age of data. Just remember that. Keep that in mind. But also, I kind of look at this on a granular cosmic level here. Like, I feel like the best way for us to understand each other and connect the dots between each other as men and women and black men and black women is that we got to stop looking at femininity as just woman and a woman, a physical shaped woman. And we got to stop looking at masculine as just a masculine, as a man, as a physical body, testosterone. We have to, we got to get to the level, the best way to understand each other is that masculine needs to understand what feminine is, and feminine needs to understand what masculine is. We have to sync the two of those because there are powers, there are ultimate powers that masculine has as masculine as man, the definitions of man and masculine, and then you have the definition of feminine. And if a man and a woman is able to sync those two together, that means that's the ultimate level of understanding each other, because then you connect on a spiritual level instead of starting down here on the low vibrational level. Because a lot of us, we go in relationships with unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
It all starts with that lie. It starts with that lie that we put in our head that, oh, well, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm gonna go in there and do this and do that. Just like the young lady that lost her life to the white man. It was the lie that she told that a white man's gonna keep her safe that ended up getting her killed and dead. So I think it's the algorithm, and also the fact that we need to sync the definitions of masculine and feminine together and combine them, and then we'll be able to understand each other a lot better.
And I like that you say that, because I'm going to go back to Tony's point about if a man came home to his woman complaining about his day, she will automatically call him a bitch. And that is
to each other. That's what
not truthful. When you have a woman and a man who are connected in the space that Shay is describing, the very last thing she will say to him is that you are a bitch.
Right.
She is going to hold him up and shore him up for the benefit of them both. So that makes me think, what kind of women have you been dealing with? And two, another thing based on Shay was talking about, and Tony, I'm coming back to you again because you were shaking your head, is when I listen to you talk, I don't hear you define that connection between a man and woman and then how they move forward. You talk about women and what we think or don't think. So my question to you is, what is a woman to you?
Proverb 31 woman.
And what is that for the people who don't know?
My point exactly. This is my point exactly. First thing I say, especially when we talk about chivalry and all that stuff, we want to, you can't, like, say example, everybody wants to pick who they want to be when it's convenient for them.
That's not what I asked. I said elaborate for the people who don't know Proverbs 31, what that is.
Proverbs 31 is no different than a man and a woman being a responsible adult and doing anything, like, say example, what a man does in a relationship, a woman does in a relationship. They may do it at different times. They may agree. When you meet your mate and you want to say a suitable helpmate, and I want to be a provider and protector, they are the same thing. They're not different things. You decide who's good at what and whatever. So when you say, well, a woman's supposed to do this and a man's supposed to do that, well, that's where it gets conflicted. Why? Because, give example, if I talk to a lady friend that she don't want to work, maybe say she says she want to be a housewife, I can date that. There are certain things, the bottom line is that thing that you're going to have to relinquish, because now I have the responsibility, not just for myself, but also I got responsibility for you. I can date a woman that makes 6 figures. Okay, when you're going to be gone and you're going to work, be out the house and everything, I cook and clean, I iron my own clothes, I wash clothes. I don't need you to do none of that stuff. But to think that you're going to be a six figure and be gone all the time, and then you don't want to contribute to any bills, that's where the disconnect kicks in. So what happens is a lot of people, men and women, they got men that want to be the head of the household, but don't want to provide and protect. You got women that want to be feminine, but they want to be away from the home and away from the man and go out and work and chase their career. That's where people get disconnected when Shay was talking about masculinity and femininity. Everybody wants to be masculine when it benefits them. They want to be feminine when it benefits them. Understand that masculine comes with some type of responsibilities and sacrifices. Being feminine comes with some type of responsibilities and sacrifices. You have to choose what you want to be. You can't try to play both roles when it convinces you, because now you're tugging. When you want to be masculine, he want to be feminine. Don't work. When he
So
wants to be
y'all
masculine,
understanding what Proverbs 31 woman is from that?
Now, I did.
Okay, I think
No,
so.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Takara.
Not from his interpretation.
Not from
no,
his
I wasn't.
interpretation, but when
I didn't put emphasis on that thing. My point was, when you say Proverbs 30 woman, everybody claims they want a man to treat them, and they use it off of their faith based off of biblical teachings, right? When I ask the women, do they know what that is? They don't. That's the disconnect. You want to be married, you want to be in a relationship, and you do not even know what God wants you to be.
I just asked you, and you couldn't even elaborate on what you thought being a Proverbs 31 woman was.
Yeah. I'm not supposed, I don't make that determination whether you're supposed to read it for yourself and describe and receive it. I'm not supposed to tell you what that is. You know what I'm saying? You have to, it's like me telling you if you like say example, if you want to be a doctor, you're supposed to go search it and find it if you really want to be it. Because
Tony. Hey Tony, I'm rocking with you, Tony. Show me what you're talking about, Tony. Tell me what you're talking about if you want it, you got to go find it for yourself. You got to go read it for yourself. It's like what are you talking about?
Hey, Sakura, go ahead. Go ahead, Sakura.
Go ahead. Well, I'm gonna just make a comment about the comment. She was like, if men want women to be Proverbs 31 women, the men should show up as Boaz. I don't know if y'all know the story about Boaz, but Boaz didn't live long after him and Ruth got married.
Right.
I need somebody who's gonna live a little longer than that.
Right.
But no, what I was gonna necessarily talk about was the fact that he was saying, like, people want to be masculine and feminine when it benefits them, but everybody has masculinity and femininity inside of them. The duality of them is what makes you who you are.
Right.
And they didn't like. At certain points, yes, one has to overpower the other. One has to become the nurturer, one has to become the hunter or the person who goes and provides. But both men and women have those functionalities. Like, that's why women have testosterone, men have estrogen. Like that's what makes it what it is. But needless to say, off of that, the internet is really what is creating, the internet is what people believe is reality.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I think where the disconnect is coming is simply because of the fact that if it's not on the internet, it's not true. And imagine working in the field that I work in, like I'll tell people all the time, we lost 2024 for two reasons. We lost 2024. We lost the election in 2024 because of misinformation online. And because of the fact that Donald Trump had started campaigning 4 years prior. After he lost in 2020, he was campaigning for 4 years straight. We were trying to put bills in place. At this particular point in time, when you're doing that, you're combating misinformation. That's the most difficult thing to do because no longer are people required to cite sources. No longer are people required to actually do their research and be experts. As y'all have seen, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, who has been giving so much dating advice about how women should be, how men should be, this, that, and the third. Like, she's basically like, oh, I'm practicing outside of my license. No, you're not. If you're a licensed therapist, you're a licensed therapist who is online giving people advice, and you can still be held liable if something doesn't go right for someone, depending on whatever that situation is. If you're still, like, if your license is still basically valid. Mm-hmm. So for her to be like, well, I'm not practicing under my license right now. Like, I am a doctor, but I'm just like, girl, you've been out here giving people advice and like doing all this stuff under your license. Needless to say, people think that the internet is reality. And because it can be monetized, and because people feel like, depending on how many followers you have, you're a verifiable source, you're somebody that can be trusted. And in our
Right.
reality, a lot of these people live two separate lives. They live what they have on this computer, and then they go back to doing whatever it is they got behind closed doors. So for me, how I model my relationships, I base it off of what I have grown up seeing, which is my parents who have been married for 41 years. I don't know many people whose parents have been married for as long as my parents have been married. I'm 35. I'll tell anybody in a heartbeat, at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you as a person, as an individual. And whatever that is and whatever that looks like is your reality. And it's okay if it doesn't look like the cookie cutter bullshit that society has given you over time.
Because that's how men spell peace with a B, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So what's the next question, Hook?
Now
What's
I
the
did
next
want to.
question?
I know, right? No, but I did want to switch gears a little bit. But before I do that, there were a couple things I did want to touch on. One phrase I heard a lot of was double standards. They exist. There's nothing we can do about it, right? Whether we like it or don't like it. And this is coming from somebody who's raising two daughters. I have two teenage daughters, right? I have a junior and I have a sophomore. And I'm a big proponent. Like, I believe in letting people be who they are, right?
Yeah.
If and I have a lot of female friends, right? If they want to go out there and sleep with every single man they want, I'm not going to look at it any differently. I'm not going to think they're promiscuous. I'm not going to call them a hoe. I ain't going to do none of that. What I do tell them and what I tell my daughters is, okay, you do go out there and do what you want to do, but society's going to see that different. So if you are prepared to deal with the names you're going to be called and how people are going to see you, if you can deal with that, that's cool.
Right.
But if you cannot deal with that, that's something totally different. So if you can deal with the repercussions that come with that, I can go out there and sleep with 15 women. Nobody's going to bat an eye at me. Is it fair? It absolutely is not fair. I think people should be who they want to be when they want to be it, but that's not how society is. But again, if that's it with those double standards, if you can live with how people are going to view you, I'm all for it, right? Another thing that was brought up, someone said that that we or men are upset about chivalry. We aren't. I work with a lot of women, right? And the thing is, like, and we walk out at work at the same time. The thing that when I first started working with them, the thing that infuriated me to no end, they would walk to the door, open the door for themselves, and like they, you know what I mean? And I had to tell them, I'm like, listen, I don't care how many women there are. If a man is walking with you, you do not touch that door. You stand by that door and wait for him to open the door for you. I said, while I'm walking with y'all, there's no way y'all need to be touching any door, right? So now they have learned.
That ain't what you thought he meant, Tony. You thought he was gonna say, you need to open the door for me too.
No,
I don't even know why you sitting here shaking your head. 'Cause that is not what you thought.
I'm gonna give you a double standard. You see, I let her continue to speak for me that I didn't even say it in my mouth.
Because you wasn't shaking your head at that. But go ahead, finish your thought.
No, but the thing is that we like at my role as a man, I've embraced that role, right? Whether I think it's fair or not, I'm a protector. I'm a provider. I feel that's what I'm here for. Luckily, I found someone who's equally yoked, and we talk things through. Tony mentioned earlier about men being called the B word. I've had somebody in my past call me that, right? And that's when I knew that person wasn't for me. Right, because the person that I'm going to be with is not even, you know what? So at that point, that relationship was over, right? From the get-go, right?
With you.
Exactly, right?
But
Now this is a very important question I do want to ask you guys, though, and really I want to hear from the women first. So women, please listen to me, right? So, first part of the question: as Black women, do you feel protected by men today?
No.
And tell us why or why not. Tell us why you don't feel protected.
I carry two guns these days because I can't depend. No, let me stop. I can't depend on to protect me.
But tell us why don't you guys feel protected though?
I mean, they just don't take up for it like used to. At one point, you know, it was a man's wife or a man's woman was one of his better or great best prize. Now now a lot of them think that they're the prize. You know, so I, if you're the prize, then what does that make me? You know, I thought, you know, when man found a wife, he found something good.
Both of you the prize.
They're the prize. Everybody wants to be the prize.
Well, I just know for me, men. Oh, go ahead, babe. You still talking?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say for me, just experiencing dating in this space, like Angela was talking about, your past thoughts of what men
Used to be.
are can shift really quickly and shift drastically, where it makes you start rethinking everything you ever thought knew about a man. So now you're out in space and you're like, I don't even know what they would do. I can't assume they would protect me.
Yeah,
a
Because
different perspective though. I have a different perspective because I'm a strong woman. I hold my own. I bring my own. And so I realized in this dating space that I had to kind of pull back that masculine energy. Because when I show up and some men are in their feminine energy because we are from man. So they have both, just like we have both. So sometimes they're more in their feminine. I'm more in my masculine, and they see that I got it. And so they like, well, you got it. You. I mean, I got concealed weapons from it. I was in the military. You know, I threw grenades. You know, I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid of no smoke. So they see that, and that's how I show up. Then they don't feel like they need to protect me because, believe me, don't let the pretty face fool you. I get a little crazy too. We gonna get crazy together.
I need protection. I need protection.
I mean, but see, I had to pull back that. I had to reel myself back in. It's like, okay, soft girl era. Pull back all of that masculine energy. Allow a man to be a man. Allow him to show up in the space. Give him grace for a certain period of time. I ain't gonna tolerate too much, but I'm gonna see what you can do. I'm not gonna tolerate a whole lot because 1, 2, 3, you out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, girl.
But I, as a strong Black woman who holds her own self down, know I can protect myself. But when I'm in the space with a man, I allow myself to just come down several notches and allow him to show up and see what he can do, because sometimes that's all they need to show up and protect you. And then after that, if you can't show me, then the door's right there.
But see,
I remember. Oh, go ahead, baby.
Sorry, my experience was the opposite. I came in being soft girl and had to turn on the masculine after a while because soft girl wasn't working.
They don't like her either.
They don't like her.
No.
You have to show you have to start putting foot to neck.
But that means he's not for you.
Right.
You have to start putting belt to ass, like Cardi say. Put belt to ass.
Right.
He's not for you. He ain't gonna show up the way you need to because you don't let yourself down to allow him to step and level up. If he's not going to come to that rise to that occasion, he's just not for you. He may be for somebody else.
Right.
We just keep it moving. Maybe he'll learn his lesson after that. After you give him some constructive feedback. I like to give constructive feedback.
The question is, how do you give that constructive feedback?
Well, you see my smile.
Right.
I might even take you out to dinner and give you that feedback.
Oh, hell, here we go.
And pay for the bill.
Oh, Lord.
All right. And Sakura, what about you? Do you feel protected by Black men?
My answer initially is no. And the reason why is because okay, I have several, and like it's not even a laundry list of things. It's just seeing how some of y'all respond to a lot of the situations with some of these people online makes me really question whether or not I am protected, because even this whole Megan Thee Stallion situation, like I'm just gonna go back to it because it was a polarizing issue, just simply because of the fact people think they know what her body count is, and every time I see her, she in a relationship with a man, not just dating or messing around with people, we can count that one Tory Lane situation, but that's about it. Every single person that she's been with prior to that, she's been in a monogamous relationship with, and yet we consider her a whore because of, well, not we, but people consider her a whore because of the fact that she is scantily clad, she is comfortable with her body, she understands what she's selling and what she's doing, and that's her branding. But that's not Megan Pete. That's not Megan Pete. Megan Pete is a college graduate whose mother died, whose father also died, who was raised by her grandmother, who is actually a very commendable young lady, publicly. And yet Black men felt it was comfortable. They felt comfortable enough in a situation where all she said was she was done with this person that she was dealing with to basically try and go down a laundry list of things that she has done and say, well, she deserves it. It's karma. She, railroaded Tory Lanez, just that and the third. And I think my thing is even just looking at that one situation, looking at the Black women who have been lately getting killed by their significant others, Black, white, other, looking at how it's so easy for a man to come out of his mouth and call us out of our names publicly and humiliate us publicly when we're already the bottom rung of the totem pole in society. We literally have to review that and figure out how we got here, because it ain't just the internet. It is over time, Black men, not saying all Black men, please understand me. Black men, just as just a general statement. There are Black men who have become, they have had disdain for Black women because we have become more educated. We have risen above certain obstacles without them being at our sides. And I hate to say this. Well, I'm going to say this. I personally would feel protected if more Black men came to our rescues publicly and not just behind closed doors. But all I've wanted to do is marry a Black man. That's all I've ever wanted to do. Only thing I've ever wanted to do was love a Black man. I wanted a Black man to feel the kind of love that I want to give him simply because of the fact that I know what this world does to us. I know how this world treats us. I'm the only person who can understand what a Black man is what a Black man is dealt with in society. When he comes home, I should be his peace. That's how I feel. But I don't get the same thing from Black men. It doesn't matter how great I am on paper. It doesn't matter how nice I am. It doesn't matter how wonderful I am. I consistently get the short end of the stick when it comes to this particular group. And like I said, I've had to sit back and reflect on who I have dated and who I've dealt with in a lot of these situations. I've been on dates where I literally looked at this dude and I'm like, yo, I do not feel safe with this dude at all. Let me get my ass home ASAP. So like my thing, like when I say I don't feel safe, we at a bowling alley, you over here arguing with somebody, I'm looking like, you supposed to be enjoying me, bro. Like, why you over here arguing with your app? Like, do that on your time, not with me, because if they start going off, then I'm getting hurt. So my whole thing is like, I have not felt protected. The only man that I have really, truly felt protected by is my daddy. I could truly say my daddy has been my protector, my provider. If I needed anything, my dad has come to my rescue. I've never had to worry about anything. And that's the type of man I look for when I look for my husband. If I don't get that, I don't give a 1, 2, 3. I try to give you grace. But as soon as I see something I don't like and something I'm not going to be able to deal with, I cut it off so I don't waste either of our times. So
I think that was a bar you said though about I have always wanted to marry a Black man.
always.
Like that's true. Like most little Black girls grow up playing with their little husband Ken dolls, Black Ken when we could find one, fantasizing about marrying a Black man. Like
A strong Black man.
the love we have had for Black men since our youth is just thick. It's real. It's true. So like I know deep inside, women don't want this divide. We want to figure
No.
out how to mend our families, mend relationships, and mend just the Black community overall.
And I think that this is why this conversation is so important. And
Mhm.
and I said I was going to sit back and really observe because I really wanted
You
to hear what you
tried.
guys
You tried it.
what you guys had to say, right? And before I move on to the fellas, right, Socorro, I did just want to say to you, because I, as a Black man, I hear you, right? Every single thing you said, I hear you. Not only do I hear you, but I felt you. You know what I mean? And I know that, and I'm glad that you preface that by saying this isn't all Black men. And I say that because I think one of the things that puts Black men off is when women say Black men this, Black men that. And as a Black man who is none of the things y'all talking about, y'all don't want. Like, I don't do
Yeah.
that. Like, I don't put my hands on women. I don't like. I was raised by women, a lot of successful women, right? So I have no issue with Black women
Mhm.
elevating the Black race, and I say that because I think that Black women are the leaders of the Black, and this is just me. I think they are the supreme leaders, right? So like, and like, I'll use my wife as an example. She's certainly smarter than me, and I have no problem saying that. I'm no dummy, but at the same time, I do understand the hierarchy when it comes to that, right? But instead of being resentful, I've learned from her. You know what I mean? I've allowed her to, and instead of me saying, hey, well, she's saying this, she's saying that, I don't mind her correcting me. I don't mind having conversations with her. I don't mind being vulnerable around her. And that's how I
Mhm.
know that we're equally yoked. You know what I mean? And it is disheartening when I hear you say that because I hear the hurt, right? I hear that you want to be with a Black man, but it sounds like you've had some negative experiences in the past. And what I will say is he's out there. So please don't give up on us. I know it's kind of hard
Yes.
at times. It's tough at times, right? But again, I do, for the most part, I do want you to understand that we hear you. You know what I mean. So it's certainly not falling on deaf ears, right? And we've heard from the women, right? So we asked the women, do they feel protected? Now, fellas, I know it's only a few of us here, right?
Wait,
But I do. Yeah,
can I say one thing? Can I
yeah. Go
interject?
ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to. Someone was talking about this the other day, and I was like, the fact that we have to purpose this, not all, or that I'm speaking in general. I think it's just another issue, right? Because most of the time when you're speaking about something, you're talking about your experience. So of course that's not everybody. So the fact that we have to like have conversations with each other and say, hey, don't be offended. I ain't talking about everyone. To me, that just seems like another reason why you can't have good conversations
Mhm.
because why do I have to say not everyone? Of course it's not everyone because I haven't met every person. That and everyone should know that, right?
But it goes both ways though. So you have when Black women say that Black men do X, Y, and Z, you have Black men saying, well, it's not all Black men.
That's what
Now,
I'm saying.
if
But all of us,
I get on social media and I say, well, Black women, yada yada yada, what the hell you mean, Black women? Yeah, we this, we that. Listen, I ain't talking about you.
yeah,
I'm talking about them, not you, right?
A
So
hit
I
dog
think
a holler.
so that's what we got to understand. It goes
Right.
both ways.
it
Can
does
I
go
say this
both
real quick
ways.
in
I'm talking
response?
about all of us,
Yeah,
each
definitely.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And I totally get it. And so Tony and Shay, do you feel that Black men are respected by Black women today? Why not?
Well, I'll respond, and I'm gonna start with this premise based off what the ladies were saying. Women know what they want because you experience it all the time. We hear this, like I was hearing you, Sequoia, and when I'm in my house and I'm having a serious conversation with a lady, I hear the same thing. Now, prior out in the world, that's not how you're talking. Not you in particular. A lot of times we men do is when we're out in the world because we are independent, hardworking women. You're out in the world, you're hustling, bustling, you're getting your careers, you're doing your things and whatever. You're saying one thing out in the world on social media or in your workplace or whatever, and then men respond to that based off what they see and hear. It's not till we get into the closed doors of one-on-one where you kind of now express yourself in your feminine and saying, this is what I need. This is what I really, really want. When you speak to your daddy and whatever. And I talk to my lady friends all the time. And this is when I say the double standard, when I say, what do you want to be? Just like society responds to who you are. If you be soft, majority of society will respond to you soft. Will everybody respond to you soft? No, but you're not trying to please everybody. But when you're back and forth, meaning 1 minute you're trying to be hard, next minute you want to be soft, next minute you're being hard, next minute you're being soft, you're putting that man on that roller coaster. And what he's trying to figure out is, okay, what do you want to be majority of the time? You can be successful in this world, you can make a lot of money and still stay in your feminine energy. Yes, you're masculine, but when I'm hearing you, Sequoia, you really, really need to be, you want to be in your feminine energy because you want a man to cover that, correct? Well, you have to stay in it at majority of the time of your life for a man that's going to be your partner, because he's going to spend majority of his time with you. You got to stay in that feminine energy at all times. You have to speak that life of what you need. Men will run to cover that. But like I say, example, being respected, it's like when I came on this panel and I got invited to this panel, I started getting labeled this name and that name and whatever based off of how I speak to people in a public setting.
You mean the antagonist?
Yeah, listen to me. Now listen to me.
Tony.
Now, when a woman becomes direct with me like that, I got two options I can do. I can just take it and not care, and then I'm gonna treat you like I don't care. But then you're not gonna feel me protecting you. Or I can defend myself. Now I have to get in my masculine energy and everything, and now I have to be combative with you, which you're not gonna like either way. So what I'm telling you is, we men, we hear you. I 95% of my friends is women, and I get asked to be on these panels, and women come to ask me things all the time. Even though they disagree with me, I still get called. I still get asked for things. Why? Because what I'm saying, it's not that you disagree with it. You're fighting between what you want to be and what you are.
No, it's playful
honey.
banter.
That is not even what's
Now listen to me.
happening.
Now
I'm
listen
gonna
to me.
disagree with
Listen
that
to me.
wholeheartedly.
Listen to me. You saw how when we let the women talk, when he said let the women speak, we may not agree with everything he said, but we stay quiet to receive it and listen to it and hear you.
No, my
Why?
God.
There you go.
He's got a point. He's got a
But you
point.
did
Listen to me. Listen
But
to
you
me.
did directly speak to an
But
example of
Sequoia,
what
but
I
I'm
was
telling you, I hear you.
speaking
But again, this is what respect. He said, "Do you think women respect you?" That's the problem. We're not respected. Is when when we let you talk and get it all out. We may not agree with or disagree with, but we're here for you. We want to hear how you feel, regardless if we agree with it or not. That's being respectful. That's also protecting you. We're allowing you to get it off your chest. We're allowing you to express yourself, regardless of how it makes me feel. That's part of protecting a woman. Respect is that, are you strong enough, and are you willing enough to reciprocate the same thing right when you hear things you may disagree, you're ready to shut me down.
Why three of us smiling while Tony talking? Tony, just keep talking, Tony. We like messing with you. Could you? We like the banter.
But listen to me. No, this is an example that other people that may watching this thing, that's what they're saying. We men, we see that. We're like, okay, you want men to be respectful to women and protect you. This is why we shut up and we eat it. We let you talk. We don't get offended. We don't interrupt. We don't try to shut you down. That's protecting you. That's respecting and protecting you. You don't know what a black man wants until you take the time to hear a black man, regardless if you like to hear it or not. You can't learn me if you don't understand my perceptions, my struggles, how I perceive who you are and whatever, to get in alignment with each other. So sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you do have to allow men to talk. I think you should allow Shay to speak, before you want to interject, so you can get the
I had
full
a
perspective, not just
So
mine.
Tony telling you how you
So
supposed to run
I'm
the podcast.
So,
Um,
Tony's saying what's supposed to go
oh,
down, right?
he
So,
giving the
And
ground
you know they were
rules.
waiting for you to
Like
All I
answer.
said was allow me to finish. Same way we allow you equality,
well, no,
you
fairness,
saying
well,
things that's
equity,
gonna
how you
cause
want
us
to
to
call
say
it.
something.
Let me.
no, it's
That's
the
the
first.
problem.
The
We
man said,
we
just let him finish.
It's only two
no.
men
I
on this
don't mind letting you
podcast.
finish.
It's only two men on this podcast. We allow
There's no raise
4
your
women
hand
to
feature
It's
on
speak
here.
It's three
quietly.
women.
it's three
It's
men on
three
the
men.
podcast. Three
Three
men on the
men.
There's
I'm
no
Well,
podcast.
neutral.
4 women.
I'm
no
Well,
raise
neutral.
your hand
he's
feature.
Well,
neutral.
then
But
He's
you
I'm
happy.
still a
neutral.
man. You can still give your opinion, Hook. That
But, but,
that's
well,
let's not be like that. Like it's three
but this is
men.
the, but this
Hey,
is the
hey, look.
dynamic. Listen to me.
I'll as a host on this here podcast, I will say I should be a little bit more neutral, but I'm not. And
Right.
Tony, I did ask you to come on this podcast today, not in no way, shape, form, or fashion, because I agree with anything that you say. I just want to be crystal clear.
And
I
she
asked you
wanted to make sure you understand clearly. She does
Right.
not
clearly,
But
agree
that,
with
Clearly.
anything you're saying.
but
but
that, and that
I
is
asked
the
you,
division. That's
I
the
asked
division
you,
between the culture of black women when do that.
no,
Because no man's
I
on this
asked you to
podcast.
be here because even though I don't agree with you in the core of my entire being,
Man,
totally respect
respect. Right.
that you have a different
There
opinion
you go.
and do not mind that I give you a space and time to share it.
Well, allow that person. Remember this, women. You
Ooh,
said you want fairness. You have
Lord.
to allow men to speak their truth, regardless if you like it or not.
Which is why you were asked to join us.
And that's why you can't interrupt when you hear something you don't like to hear.
Hey, they can literally do this all night, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
now,
Can
now,
we hear
We're
from
now,
Shay?
literally
Look at
now,
trying to
Shay
get
over
Shay,
you
there
better.
quiet. Can we hear from Shay?
Shay, you've
Shay,
been
what you got
quiet.
to say?
Yeah.
So I want to
Shay,
ask
what
Yeah.
you.
you got to
So,
say?
Don't get
so
mad at
Shay,
me. There's no raise your hand feature.
do you feel respected by black women, or do you feel that black women respect
Tell
black
your
men?
story, brother.
We
Oh,
love you,
that's so
Shay.
loaded.
Tell the
God.
We
truth.
love you
Shay,
too,
don't get
Tony.
scared, Shay. Don't get
No, I'm not
scared.
scared at all. I'm not scared at all because
Hush, Tony.
a lot has been said, and I'm like, ooh, there's so much that I wanted to say. To answer your question, I do not feel like I've been respected by black women. But the way that I am now, I've kind of evolved and ascended, and I kind of see things on a very granular level. I see things in a granular cosmic level, and then I zoom it all the way in. Like I find the farthest distance that it makes sense the most, and when I figure that out, I zoom all the way in. I'm not gonna sit here on this show, on this podcast, and sit up here and just wag my finger at women and what they do and what they say to me and all this other stuff. I'm just not gonna do it because we're living in a time and a day that we need to start giving each other grace. Number one,
Yes.
that's it, like in a nutshell. Because
Mhm.
the one I love speaking to us and I love having these conversations. However, at the same time, it's so destructive because it's so divisive and it's tearing us apart. It really is. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little different direction and kind of get to what I have created my own antidote to my own issues is that I got to start at the source. And who's the source? Me.
Right.
It starts with me.
Absolutely.
It starts and if I could kind of speak to what Sakura was saying, it starts with you too, as the woman. It starts with me. It starts with you. It starts with each one of us first. And the thing that you must achieve is peace. Once you achieve peace,
right,
that solves everything. I kind of equate peace with being like Pac-Man, right? You know, the shape of Pac-Man, you got the circle and then you got the little part right there. You know what I'm saying? Pac-Man is 75%. That's peace. The little chunk where he's chomping, That's the 25%.
Right.
And so in the little pellets, that's where, you know, that's where your problems come in. And Pac-Man just gobbles up the pellets and gets the ghost and gets the power pill. But that's where I see it. You got to achieve peace. Once you achieve peace, anything that obstacle that comes in your way, you'll be able to recognize it, and you'll be able to recognize peace in somebody else. And so I think you start with yourself. But when you get out there and you start dating and stuff, I think one of the major questions that you need to ask in the beginning or at some point is that, do you have peace? Do you have peace in your life? Because if you don't have peace in your life, you definitely got some type of trauma. And then when you have the trauma, then you're going to bring the trauma into every relationship that you're in. And that's where most of us are at. We're at the trauma part. And we haven't ascended and evolved to say, you know what? Let me quiet the noise and sit in some dark space and cry and look at myself and stare myself in the mirror and say that I suck, that I need to get myself together. Why am I out here dating and flossing when I know I ain't got no money? Why don't I just sit back and get my money together? Why don't I get my life together? Why don't I take care of my kids first? Why don't I set my priorities first? We again, it starts with the lie that we put in our heads every single time. And so I could sit up here and start wagging my finger, but I can guarantee every woman that I've dated and broke up with, and even I've married once, married for 5 years. Everybody know my story. I raised my kids. I have boy-girl autistic twins. They're 21 years old. I raised them. They're both in college. They got scholarships and all this other stuff. And I'm still sitting out here single. You know, I'm the 6-figure guy. You know what? Why, Tony? Why am I out here single, brother? Look, why am I still out here single, brother? I'm up here. I got a bindy on my head. You know what I'm saying? Sense of self. I understand who I am. Why am I single? And I had to reach back. I had to go back and find my peace. Once I found my peace, nothing else matters. Anything that comes, peace is my force field. Peace should be your force field. And once you start at a peace level, then you start figuring things out. But that trauma, oh my God, that trauma that we bring into these relationships, you need to look and ask yourself, what am I bringing into this relationship? What shit am I bringing? What baggage am I bringing? And a lot of people get in these relationships and think that everybody's supposed to heal you. No, they're supposed to heal you. You're supposed to heal yourself.
Right.
And I mean, and it's like, look, so I'm sorry. Look, I know there's some bum ass dudes out there. I get it. We know and look, no, we know.
Right.
Yeah,
we hear the stories. We
all know a few. Yeah.
You know, we like, God dog, man. I was like, I could have told you. You know,
we appreciate y'all acknowledging it. We thank you. Thank you for your honesty.
Wait. But
no, but I think women don't understand. Like we hold men accountable all the time.
That we can acknowledge that there are some horrible. There's some horrible women out there. We can acknowledge it, and we be like, "Girl, stop, sis, please. What are you doing?" One, because you shouldn't be doing that, and two, because you're making it harder for us while you do it.
And so I'll be ready to fight y'all for doing that.
Yeah, we acknowledge it wholeheartedly.
It's refreshing to hear. I tell you that much.
And Shay, you said a mouthful. You said a mouthful. Because I love the idea of giving people grace, but we also need to realize we need to give them space. Space and grace don't go hand in hand when you're dealing with people, because sometimes we give you grace and that little person inside you want to keep with the conversation, but it's like, I'm giving you grace, but you know what? I'm gonna give you the space.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But that piece, I'm telling you, you hit the nail on the head with that one.
Yeah,
for real. It is Shay. You been speaking something. I can shake my head at Shay. Yes, sir. Yes.
But not Tony.
Yes, sir. Yes. Give it.
I think everybody has their place. Everybody has their place.
Yeah, everybody has their place.
Crazy work, right? But
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but I wanted to say something about what you had brought in about the partnership between you and your wife. I think that's missing is a lot of emphasis on partnership and understanding it takes partnering with somebody, and that also like what Shay was saying, just being trauma, like heal from your traumas.
Mhm.
And even if not, you in partnership with somebody and y'all working together for the same common goal. You know, one is the yin to the yang. You know what I'm saying? So like I
Absolutely.
understand partnership is the most important thing, and I don't think it's emphasized enough on media. We see a lot of couples out there, they are in the limelight about their relationship, and next thing you know something happens. But we go back to the true partnership. What is partnership? Why aren't we emphasizing that on media?
Hmm. Absolutely. Now, and this has been a very refreshing conversation. Whether we agree, disagree, I think everybody made extremely valid points, right? Now we've talked about this, we've talked about that, but on this podcast, there's always the third, right? So I want to hear some final thoughts from everybody. Like, what is one lasting impression you want to leave with the viewers? And Shay, we're gonna go ahead and start with you, brother.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I'll go this direction. What I got, like 20 seconds about
Hey,
something.
take your time, brother.
Take your time.
Look, if I could impart some wisdom and a message to all of us, we're living in some treacherous times, you know, and we really need to come to answers to a lot of these issues. Whatever we have to do, we need to do it, because we're coming up on some times that's going to be really, 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 really hard. You got the Voting Rights Act that was gutted.
Mm-hmm.
You have ICE. You got this. You got things. You got war, rumors of war. We're in those times where there's rumors of war and wars and all this other stuff. And so you have, like I said, you have AI, and AI is going to be very integral in our future, because it's going to be about data, and you're not going to know what data is real and what data is fake, which you might be becoming a martyr for. You might not be a real cause. And that's how serious AI is. So I just hope and I just appeal to us as Black folks that maybe I'll do it here on this show. Maybe we need to apply and come up with a day of called a space and grace to heal. Like give us like a national day of just space and grace to heal, and try to start over. Like find somebody to give some grace to, and give them that space, and try to heal these relationships. Everything's about hierarchical. It's not hierarchical, it's spiral. And so if we could just do a day of grace or something to just give us a day of healing, please, I'm open for it, because I love y'all Black sisters. I can't get enough of you. That's all I have.
Okay.
Hey, say it again, brother.
Y'all
We
are
love you
beautiful.
too, brother.
I don't want to be fighting with y'all. Y'all can fight. Come on, man.
Right.
All right, Tony, what you got, man?
Well, I guess I appreciate. I love the conversation. You know, as people know, Shannon and all that. I love the debate. I love to provoke thought. My advice to everybody is always speak your truth, regardless of how people perceive it. All we can ask for people to do is be honest and be transparent. Sometimes we spend more time wanting to hear what we want to hear, wanting people to subscribe to how we think or how we want to feel about society or our life or even our relationships. And when we do that, we don't allow people to stay in their truth. So we really find who that person really is and find out what about that person that I have to accept, and also what part of these people I need to enjoy and love. So continue to speak your truth, regardless of what the criticism may be. Always be transparent so you can find your match. And then, life will be very clear and be better for you.
Absolutely. And the antagonist is spoken.
That's right. Provoking thought, baby.
All right, Sakura, what you got, sis?
Just simply like, oh my goodness, y'all, he looking at himself right now. I guess the real last thought is I just would like for people to be open to having the conversation, having the understanding. Not necessarily having to agree with people, but understanding that like everybody is coming from a different experience and from a different space. And that is what shapes your experience. And I think my thing is like there's no one right or wrong answer to this equation. Like we all have to pretty much play our part and do what we can do to be better, and that's pretty much a reflective thing. So, like I said, after having my son, I basically took a step away from dating because I was like, I clearly made the wrong choice. So,
Oh man.
Or all the
Oh,
right
man.
ones, because look at Tegan.
I mean,
Right.
like my absolute greatest, but the person was the wrong choice. And
Mhm.
I'll tell anybody that in a heartbeat. If I could do it all over again, I definitely would recalculate my steps in that situation. But then he wouldn't be here if that was the case. But my thing is that you live and you learn from your mistakes, and you learn that there can be a wonderful blessing at the end of those mistakes. And so
Mhm.
as long as you're okay with failing up, we're okay.
Absolutely. We appreciate you.
I like that.
Yes.
Build up.
All right,
Yes.
Tarsha, what you got, sir?
Oh, I think for me, Shay, I think he kind of like, oh, not awakened. It was just like on this podcast, we was talking about relationships and people, and my whole thing is space and grace, but also that you have to really stop entertaining everything, and really focus on what you're feeding yourself, like this social media, how you entertain conversations, how you get involved. When Shay was talking about that peace, it's like, yeah, you have to have peace. But how are you going to gain that peace if you're allowing the noise to come in from every which way? So
Mhm.
my thing is, change the channel, turn the TV off, and spend some time outside, grounding, walking, exercising, doing those things that help you be a better you, help your health. Because I mean, it's real out here. Mental health is real, and it goes back to what you're feeding yourself. So just be careful what you're feeding yourself. Change the channel, do the things that you need to do to get better. That's all I'm saying.
Indeed. Appreciate you. All right, Angel, what you got? Can you hear us?
I don't think
No.
she can. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Take on off of that hook.
All right. Angel, can you hear us?
Angel.
No.
she looking
She saw
like
it
this.
twice. Is she on
Hey, I
it
know.
twice?
Hey, she can look like what's going on right now, right? All
I
right,
don't think
She
she
never
even.
has no
I don't think
audio.
she.
She's saying she has no
Oh, she
audio.
says I have no audio.
Oh, I got you. I got
Don't do no
you.
fake sign languages now.
Yeah, I know. Hey, we
But
love
I
you
got a
anyway, right?
question. Is this like a loop? Like, is this like what the AI thing they were talking about, like the little facial loop? Because she was blinking.
Nah, it shouldn't be. We're all live. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, I got you. Hold up.
Okay.
All right. All right, so Shannon, while we getting the Angel, well, you know what? I think I have her. Give me a second. Angel. Nah, we ain't got her. All right, Shannon, we gonna go ahead and get your we gonna go ahead and get your Shannonism. Go ahead, Shannon.
Okay, I can hear something.
Uh-oh.
Correcting myself. I'm gonna say something I have
No.
before. So I don't want you to think that I don't like anything that you say. You have said some things in my day, or you made us think about some things. But I also resonate with Shay. I talked about peace, and I think that when you find yourself, and you can and connect with other people. You just think differently about how you treat people and the expectations that you have of people. And I think to figure out how to find that peace, because again, I think Shay said something pretty profound there, and just move forward and see how we can just share love and create the space where our community can grow and prosper. That's all I
Indeed.
got.
Michelle. And Angel, we're gonna try you one last time, sis. Can you hear us? That would be a negative.
There you go.
Somebody say blink.
Yeah. No, hey, blink twice.
Blink twice.
Oh, it's backwards. Oh.
I know, right?
Right.
Well, I
Right.
gotta reverse it.
No, but I mean, but I think this was a great conversation, guys. And as we were wrapping up, right? So just remember, like conversations like this aren't just about choosing sides. They're about really understanding each other, or really trying to understand each other, right? So the internet, it might make it seem like black men and black women are constant odds. The truth is, we built families, we built communities, and we built culture together for generations. So maybe the real question isn't who's right. It's about how we show up for each other going forward. And I think it's really the most important thing. So again, I do appreciate you guys for tapping in with us. It's been a great conversation. We appreciate all the panelists. Shannon, as always, I appreciate you. And until next time, stay curious and stay informed.